Okay, yeah, so as I mentioned, I was going to give some tips and tricks that you can use in order to make sure that you complete your task and do the things that you need to do on a daily basis, even if you are not available full time to do them. So one thing you could do is make sure you have an administration day. It's very important, just like CEOs and companies and big companies have administration days, okay? So you can have days or you can have an hour per day or up to 2 hours per day, depending on what your schedule can allot. So for example, if I'm full time and I have a 9 to 5 with this full time, I can only work maybe on the weekends. We think that weekends are always supposed to be for play, but when you're serious about building a business to get away from what makes you feel like the weekend is only for play, then sometimes you want to utilize some of those play days to do your work. So a lot of times coaches say they're like Sunday. Now, Sunday is supposed to be a relaxed day, so that's why I usually say I suggest earlier in the day, maybe, before 1 o'clock on a Sunday, and then that way you get the rest of your Sunday to yourself, but you utilize 2 hours towards administration work. You can create a list throughout the week, anything that comes up, any bright ideas, anything that happens throughout the week. You can write down on a list, a note on your phone. You can have a notebook, however you see fit. And then for administration day, you would get those notes out and you can prioritize beforehand or during administration day, depending on how tight of a schedule you have. And based on your prioritizing, you would decide what you can accomplish within those 2 hours. Now, if administration day is every Sunday, then that means that on these Sundays, you do not have to make sure that you get everything on your list done. This way, throughout the week, you don't have to feel overwhelmed with the fact that you have something to do and you know you're supposed to be doing something and you can't get to it right then and there. You don't have to feel bad about not being able to get to it at that particular day and time because you have your Sundays set specifically to get down to business as far as that's concerned. Now, if you want to take it the extra mile, you can take an hour each day, minimum. I always say minimum an hour, no less than an hour each day on your schedule, whether it's early in the morning before chaos happens or it's in the evening when things are calm. You can utilize that hour to, like I said, either write down your bright ideas, think about some things, prioritize your list, think about how you want to run your business, what should be happening in your business, what don't you like to do in your business so that you can delegate, what could you automate in your business so that you can figure out on Sundays how to set up systems and things that you may use in order to make your life easier. So those are my tips. Have an administration day for sure. Prioritize a list either that day or in the future, and go ahead and write down any bright ideas, any things that you think you want to do